Well, I'm a very visual learner. I guess I should have been from Missouri, so you'd be the show me state, so you can show me. And so instead of having, you know, the quotes and things like that written out when talking about my different insights, I still went and found different things that I could relate to as to help me remember the insights that I've learned just over this. And some insights are from here in class and some are from doing my observations. And one insight that I had was, this is an instructor, a teacher with 4th grade students, and he uses a timer instead of a sign-out sheet for when they go to the bathroom, and sets the timer, and they don't always make it back in time on the timer, but at least the kids understand and know what their expectations are, and what's expected of them and when they're expected to be back. And I thought that was a pretty good idea to do that, because it lays the groundwork for get in, do your business, and get out. You don't need to be talking to all your friends and things like that as you're messing around with that. So another insight that I really enjoyed that Dixie brought to us was the high expectations gives high results. And so I brought my 67 Corvette that my mother gave me years ago. I'm a Corvette fanatic. One of these days I will own one, probably when I'm done with child support. And so anyway, you know, if you set expectations, they can achieve a lot, and that's what that reminds me of. One of the others is, I was going to bring shoes in, but I thought, no, you guys don't need to see that. So I brought socks in. They're my Hawaii socks because I love Hawaii and the beaches. And the reason that's with shoes and socks is that kids see everything you do, and they'll follow in your footsteps. They'll do what you do. They'll say what you say. And I think it's important as as your teacher that you do what you expect the kids to do. You don't say, well, this is the rules for you, but my rules are different because I'm the teacher. I think it's important that you keep the rules the same. This is, it's a little light. Batteries died on it. But what it is it reminds me that school is the bright spot of many of those kids' days that are in my classroom. And I need to do what's necessary to make sure it's a bright spot. And that coincides with my box. My box is, to me, it's a comforting place, you know, and that's what the school room, my classroom should be, is a comfortable place. And the box is from the firewood that I have for my fireplace. And so when I'm sitting down and watching a movie or reading a book or doing homework, when it's those cold winter nights, I'll put in a fire, and it's just kind of nice and soothing to have that fire, and that's the same type of warm environment that I want to be able to give my kids in my classroom. Salt and pepper for diversity, and not just diversity in race, but diversity in learning ability, diversity in intellect, diversity in learning styles. And so the salt and pepper reminds me of that it's important to remember the diversity in all you do, and that diversity is what gives it flavor. And this is something I lived by for years and years and years, for 25 years, and it's an architect's scale. And the scale is, when you're drawing something to scale, it's like, you know, if I turn it here, it tells me that there's an inch or a quarter of an inch, so there's 4. So I could draw drawings when I would do my landscape architecture and graph my drawings, it would be to scale. And that's where I got, when I thought of the saying, inch by inch, life's a cinch. It's just in scale. Keep everything in scale, and it is a cinch. And finally, cooking spray. Don't let the things kids say or things do stick. Because if you do, and you're in the teacher's lounge, whatever you're saying is what's going to carry on with those kids. from that point forward. So don't let it stick, don't let it bother you. You get into the fight with the kid, you're gonna lose. It's just best not to let it stick. Just, it's what's going on and deal with it, but not perpetuate that problem years down the road. So those are my 7 insights. Excuse me, the stopwatch was a strategy. This is for my wait time was the other strategy. The fishbowl. So it's something that I will have in my class. I've seen several different ways that people have used this technique in my observations, and there's, I think it's something that can, if you really look, you can apply it to everything. For the hot seat, from the fishbowl, you know, because I think that's a great way to allow the kids a safe environment to express their opinions, to get interaction, to start building that social skill of being able to work together and know that that they're being watched. So I brought a little tiny compass for Scout, so that it's great. I thought that the Scout was a great method, it's a great strategy for first of the year, kids getting to know each other, kids getting to know you. Going back to the socks, you know, when I am in my classroom, I plan on being part of the Scout and part of that whole process, because I want the kids to get to know me too, and not just to say, okay, you guys go do this and I'm going to watch. But it's also important to participate with them when you can. Sudoku, anybody do Sudoku? I won't even go how often I do it. But I brought this because Sudoku is really a logic, a process of being able to use certain strategies to complete the puzzle. And when I thought about I call it magic math, and I know that's not what we called it.
Mental math.
Mental math.
Yes.
Yeah, so this was my strategy for mental math. And finally, I recently had a granddaughter, and so when I was out shopping for her, I thought, oh, when it gets a little warmer, she's a little bigger, I got her a t-shirt, but this is for tabula rasa, and I think it's a lot of things are in there. Also insights too, is those kids are small and mighty, they do and they know more than you expect them to know, and wanted to make sure that that's something that I keep in my mind. Thank you.